Hello, and welcome back to The Exchange. Few productions in the world have captured hearts quite like Disney's The Lion King. Since its Broadway debut in 1997, this groundbreaking musical has defined what theater can be, combining breathtaking artistry, timeless music, and a story that speaks to every generation. It's one of the most celebrated shows in history, with more than 70 international awards, including 6 Tony Awards. Among them, Best Musical and Best Direction for Julie Taymor, who made history as the first woman ever to receive that honor, plus a Grammy Award for Best Musical Show Album. Every performance is a masterclass in creativity, from over 200 puppets and hand-sculpted masks to African languages woven into the script and more than 80 instruments played live from cultures around the world. It's no wonder The Lion King has earned a global box office gross higher than any film franchise in history. Today, I'm joined by Gilbert Domally, who now steps into the iconic role of Simba on the North American tour. Gilbert is no stranger to the stage. He's appeared in acclaimed productions like The Color Purple, Choir Boy, and crowd favorites like Hairspray, The Little Mermaid, and Cabaret. Audiences may also recognize him from television roles on Law & Order SVU and 4400. Now, after understudying Simba on Broadway, Gilbert brings his own strength, vulnerability, and heart to this beloved role, inviting audiences to experience the story of the Lion King like never before. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Ruby Jones, and I'm here in Denver. And I'm so excited to see you here in Denver.
Yeah, I'm excited to be there. I just can't wait.
So, where are you right now?
Right now, I'm in Chicago.
Oh, nice. And where are you from?
I'm originally from Miami, Florida.
Okay.
A fun fact, I actually went to college here in Chicago. I went to Roosevelt University, so it kind of feels like a homecoming of sorts. So
Yeah.
that's been really, really cool.
That's great. That's really great. Is it cold up there and starting to get all windy yet?
Not yet, surprisingly. I'm very surprised because by now it's like bring out the sweaters, bring out the scarves, but like it's kind of like okay. Which I know that everyone here is like, shh, be quiet. Let it do what it's gonna do.
Yeah, yeah. I went to school in Illinois too, about 3 hours south of Chicago, so I can relate to that. I remember that feeling.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, so The Lion King is going to be playing here in Denver at Denver Center for the Performing Arts from October 23rd through November 16th. So
Yeah.
we're super excited. But will this be your first time in Denver or will you be returning?
I will be returning, and the show will also be returning. Fun fact: this is where the tour originated, so that'll be so cool for it to have that experience.
Yeah, you know what? I'm super excited too because my whole family went to the show when it first opened in Denver, and I didn't get to go. So I've been wanting to go for so many years. I'm sure you know it's been a very long running production. So I'm especially excited.
Yeah, have you seen it before?
No, I've seen the movie a million times, but I've never seen the play.
Oh my god, I can't wait for your mind is gonna be blown.
So this production is, one of the most beloved Disney stories, Disney movies. Actually, it was based on the original Disney movie. But for those who are not familiar with the storyline, can you give me a little overview about what the production is about?
It really is about, legacy, love, loss, finding oneself. The character Simba really goes on this journey to find out who he is and take his rightful place at the end of the show. So it's really a coming of age story in a way, but it's so powerful and electric, and the audiences go crazy night after night because it's just so the music is so heightened that you're just overwhelmed with emotion because it's just an incredible, incredible story.
Well, and I think it's incredible that you got an opportunity to understudy this role on Broadway. And so now you've stepped into this starring lead role. You're leading the American tour, North American tour. How does that feel? What is it like to go from understudying to being the star of the show and really making the role your own?
It's such an incredible opportunity. I was very, very honored to understudy on Broadway for 2 years. And I always approached the role anytime I got the opportunity to go on as if it was mine because I knew that at some point I did want that, you know what I mean? And so to have that opportunity now, I still day after day, I'm like, is this really happening? But it feels wonderful. And this creative team has been really supportive and the cast is great. So it feels nice to be able to be here with such a supportive group of people and telling this amazing story. For me, really a dream, literal dream come true. I've been with the story ever since I've seen it, the animated film as a young kid, and now to actually be Simba, I'm like, my mind is blown.
Yeah, I bet. We talked about, how long it's taken for me to actually see this production, but my kids are also super fans of The Lion King. And this morning they woke up and the first thing they said to me is, "Are you meeting with Simba?" So I could just imagine literally they are you meeting with Simba? Are you talking to Simba? So they're super thrilled and I can just imagine that young people, old people and everyone in between is just ready to see this production.
Yeah, I mean, it really is a show for all ages, and I think that's why it's lasted so long because
Mm.
any age can come and get something out of it. And then I think as you grow, you want to bring your kids or your nieces. And then as they grow, they want to bring their kids and their nieces. And the story is just so timeless and the artistry is so impeccable that it's like it doesn't get old. You're like, anytime and I'm sure just like here, like there are people who have seen this show multiple times and they come back every time it comes to the city because it's like, I just can't miss it.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I love from even just the marketing and the advertising is the costumes. And, I read that these costumes, they're designed by Julie Traymore and she calls them like a double event. So you can
Mhm.
see the actor and you can also see the characterization or the, I guess, anthropomorphic characterization of these costumes. What is it like to be on stage performing in that as opposed to just being just yourself and in regular costume and, like, clothes.
It's dynamic. It's really dynamic, especially because there is so much detail. And I really appreciate that double event because it allows the actors to be seen as well as the puppetry or the amazing design. And it really is a just a well thought out design, So you see the actor, but you also see this, like for me, one of my favorite animals is the cheetah. You see this puppet, this gorgeous puppet, but then you also see this beautiful actress just embodying that. And it's just again, it blows your mind because I'm like, wait, I'm seeing the animal, but I'm also seeing the person. And wait, I can't like you can't take it. You can't take it. It's so exciting. I think that's a part of what makes this production so exciting. Just that
Yeah.
design and the costuming. It's so vibrant.
Yeah. I mean, I think it speaks a lot to how talented you are and how talented this cast is and the ensemble and everything to be able to multitask and do what you're doing and focus on the emotional aspects of your character and then still be able to deal with like the lighting and the stage and all the production effects. So I think that's really cool and hats off to all of you. Now, you talked about some of the themes that we'll see in the production. You talked about loss, love, finding oneself. I know that I can relate to that. So, have you been through anything that just really helps you step into this role and characterize that so that you're coming to the stage and showing up in a way that's inspirational to the audience so we can kind of understand how to work through that on a human level?
You know what I think about? I just think about my journey as an actor, and being able to, work for many years, auditioning all the time, auditioning, not getting things, getting close to getting things, and then finally when you do book a job, and so it makes me feel like specifically with this show, I've auditioned a bunch of times before I even got to Broadway. And so being there, I was like, okay, finally I made it, And so I think I carry that with me in this role especially there's a moment when Rafiki tells Simba at the end of this show, it is time, and that line hits me every night because I'm like, whoa, I'm
Mm.
really here, and it really it brings tears to my eyes, to finally reach a moment, a dream in your life. And I think that's what audiences will see when they see me, embody this role as someone living their dream.
You're gonna make me emotional because
Like, I'm trying to keep it together. It
I
really,
can just
really it
imagine.
means a lot to me. It really does.
Yeah. As an actor, and you are an esteemed actor, you've been huge in a lot of projects. So, where do you find the resolve within yourself to keep auditioning and to keep showing up when you may receive a no or it isn't quite your time? What like really drives you to keep going?
I think one thing is knowing that that's a part of the gig is to audition. And I think I had a teacher in college say that, like, booking the job is the icing on the cake. The auditioning is the job of an actor. So I try to keep that tucked away. But then also my family, my grandmother and my mom, they really have been the keeper of my dreams. And so even when I sometimes have not, like, believed in myself or wanted to give up, they're looking at me like, "You can't, like, you were born to do this." And that always, like, pushes me, because I know that they are rooting for me and they believe so deeply in me. Even when I don't believe in myself sometimes, they're there rooting, and I'm like, "Okay, if you say it, I can do it, then I can do it." And it's such a gift and a force for me.
That's such an amazing answer. Oh my gosh, Gilbert. I am rooting for you. I want to see you win. I'm so proud that
Thank
you
you.
have stepped into this role, and I can't wait to see The Lion King. I want to show up multiple nights. I know it's from October 23rd to November 16th. Don't be
Yeah,
surprised if you see me there more than once. Uh,
please, I'll be looking
yeah.
forward to it.
Thank you so much for your time and for sharing this with me. I'm sure the house will be packed for all of those nights.
Yes, please, I can't wait. I can't wait to see you, Denver.
Have fun in Chicago. We'll see you soon.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you all for watching my conversation with Gilbert. It was so nice to talk to him on and off camera. And one of the things that we spoke about that really stuck out to me that I'd love to share with you is that he mentioned being, turned down from this role several times. And so after our interview, I asked him about the perseverance, and I mentioned that, when you're showing up as an actor or anytime that you are trying so hard again and again and again to be in a role, especially when it comes to cultural arts, when you finally get your shot and when you finally get that yes, or it is your time, like Gilbert said, you then transform into a change maker for others. Every time that he shows up on stage, he's making an impact in the lives of the audience. And that's one of the things I love so much about theater is that you can go and feel down or you can feel like questioning life or whatever it is. And you leave the theater with a whole new perspective, with inspiration. You feel motivated, me anyway. And so I appreciate Gilbert's perseverance and I appreciate the perseverance of actors, actresses, people working to live their dreams because living their dreams helps me dream bigger too. So please make sure you show up October 23rd through November 16th at Denver Center for the Performing Arts to see this iconic masterpiece of a production. This is known as the world's #1 musical. So don't miss out. Make sure you show up and see it and let me know in the comments after you do. Tell me what you think and what your favorite animal was. Take care. Good morning. And